Hi guys, it's Tanya from 4Girls Jewelry with another tutorial. Today is Tuesday and I'm excited to share these earrings. Very simple to make, very feminine. This was my first pair I made and I used much thicker wire for them. The second pair that I made, I used thinner wire. I feel like they need to be thinner because we wanted them to be light, and so I used exactly the same technique, just a different thinner wire inside. I would recommend to use maybe even 19 gauge for the project, plus 24 for wrapping and some crystals. Doesn't have to be bicon. I just happen to use bicon in this, but I also use not bicon. It's the same principle, same idea, because if you notice, here is the little loops, see, and then I want to play more. I put more layers on it, so I use the regular beads and bicons on the side. You can also use the normal beads on the side. Then don't have to be bicon if you don't have them in your stash. Plus, from the same idea, you can create much more stuff, and I will show you at the end of the video what I create. So stay with me and let's wire wrap today. Okay, so we needed 2 scrap wires for this weaving and 24 gauge and your bicons. Don't pick up the big large bicons, take like 3-4 mil, 2 mil. Even if you use the tiniest, like 2-1 mil, then you will probably need more beads. In this case I have 6. On the other project that I did, the first earrings, I did 7. So depends how thin or how small they are, you might need it more weaving, and you will see it what I'm doing, so then you will get it and you can make your own designs, depends on the beads you have. But what I want to mention, if you use let's say 19 gauge for your main shape, like the circle, then you definitely need thicker wires for your project to wire wrap, because you will remove that whole strip that we will do right now, and then we will try to put it on the circle here. So it makes sense if those wires will be much thicker than the wires that you use in your project. I hope that's understandable. And I use 24 gauge, so let's wire wrap. I will leave a little piece right here, because then I can make a couple wraps around the main shape, and the wire is behind, so we will make 4 beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps. If you want to, you can just adjust nicely. I will use bicons, so let's use bicons in this one. But as well, you can use the whatever beads you have in your stash. When you put your first bicon or first bead, you want your wire to go behind the bead, so it will be sitting on that stick, and you make only 1 wrap, only 1. Then we put another bead. That will be our sequence. We will do the same again and again. And also we now will incorporate the second wire, and we go around, because you notice it's sitting behind this one. So all we have to do, go around. That will create our circle, like a loop that we will attach. We can attach more, create more layers later. You go behind the bicon and to the top of this first one. We go all the way to the top, and we can make 4. In this case, I notice 4 is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 wraps, and we ready for another bicon on top. So we put another bicon on top, it slips out, it's okay. Okay, so we have another bicon on top. We do the same thing. We just go behind the bicon, put that nice. All we have to do, one wrap, one. And we're ready for the bicon on the bottom. One more bicon. When you put on, remember, wire has to be behind that second wire. Go around behind the bicon to the top, and now we're ready to do 4 loops again. 4 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the cycle repeats again. So we will have one bicon on top, wire go behind the bicon. Let's do one more time. So your bead, oops, sorry, my camera shakes. So the bead is right there, wire go behind, we just wrap once this first wire. I like to put in the front, even though this wire later go behind, but for some reason it's better sits, my bead better sits when I do that. So I put the bead, I can't put the bead. Put the bead, then I go back behind that wire to create that one loop, hug the wire here, go behind all the way to the top, and we continue that. Let me finish all of it. I will use probably 7 beads because I want to make another earrings. So I'm done with my 7 beads on the bottom. I did 7 and 7 on top. Also, I want to tell you, if you make something like this, then you will have 3, 6, 7 on top and like 6 on the bottom, or 7 on the bottom and 8 on top. 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. You know, depends. You know what you want to do. But if you want to make something different, like I have this pair of earrings. If you want to make something different, because it's the same idea, right? So I use 5, but when I finish, because that's what you will have, when I finish, instead of doing 4 wraps here, I just simply put another bead right away because I want a symmetry. I hope it's understandable, because when you started here, you have those beads very close. So in this piece, I made 5 and 4. And when I did the last one, I hope you will see it. 4, then I put the beads, and then I didn't do the 4, I just put right away the bead. So it will have the same symmetry, you know? So when you do something simple, when you decide to do something plain like this, earrings, you just end up without, at the end, not with the 4 wraps, but right away with the bead, and then finish with the 4 wraps. But because I will do these kinds, I still want to do 4. I hope it's not confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will add my last bead, and I finish with the 4 wraps. 1, 2, 3, just barely have enough wire for that. 4. Okay, that's perfect. So we remove them from both wires. That's what we will have, and you will have beautiful strip. Now we want to make our circle. So as always, I will use, I just do this little angle here, and I will use my ring mandrel. Sorry for the noise. You can pick up the size you want to. I usually do like either size 7 or 8. I think these were 7, the size wise. So I will use 7. So just go around the mandrel, and when they touch, if you're scared that you will ruin your shape, you can hammer lightly. I don't close the loop, but I will put my woven part on it. Just slide it. It's look like a magic when you slide it, right? Yeah. And then you want to finish your circle. So first you want to do, you just hug 2 wires when they meet, and you create I think 2 wraps is enough. Cut the excess wire. Now when you have them on the wire here, you go gently, because you work with a glass, hold your bead and just do complete. That's what I do, because it's not finished, that loop. So I just, each bead I hold and gently make nice loop here. So you go around each bead. Remember to hold them so they will not move, and gently, very gently, very gently, very gently. So then you wanted to finish these. 1, 2. I will just cut excess wire here. Same on other side. One, 2. Now, when you have these, you can slowly go and just make sure it sits nice, because you don't want to hammer, because you use your glass. So you just can squeeze each one here to make sure it sits nicely on the on your. Oh, see, I broke one bead. It's like, don't do that. Just nicely squeeze all the wires. And I want to show you also what you can make with these guys. So when you do the strip, you don't have to go around the circle like I did. You can make your own shape. You can make something like almost like a horseshoe, and then add these elements. I also hammer the ends here and just file them nicely. It looks so cute when you create different shapes. You can create different shapes with that. Totally different. Depends what jewelry you make. Also, I was watching a lot of temples a couple nights ago, and rich, the most richest like temples. I was so inspired by Indians. They have a lot of like and even jewelry. So in this earrings. I made 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and the 5 on the bottom was with those loops that we did. I put just the jump rings and tons of smaller beads with one larger one. So you guys can make a tons of different jewelry with just this idea. With you can make not only in a circle like I showed you, but you can make also simple without any beads. Just leave it on the bottom. Maybe you can make even longer ear hook. Will be cool. Also, I showed this before that I use different beads and I decide to make a layers. I think I will make pendant like that, but I will use totally different wires inside. I will use thicker wire, and then I might use 19 gauge here and wire wrap with a thinner gauge, maybe 26 around, to create more dimensions, maybe more beads. Yeah, the sky is a limit. We can make a lot of different jewelry from one idea. I hope you guys love it, and leave me comments below. I really appreciate what you guys writing to me, all the emails. If I don't answer, I'm not rude. I'm very busy. I'm mom of 4 kids, plus a wire wrapper, plus chef, and everything else. Just really busy in my life. But I love to share ideas that I create when I'm just sitting on my own. I create a lot of tons of beautiful things, and I love to share with everybody so you can have it as a little book online, because I was thinking to write a book, but recently I decided, like a year ago, I decided I'm too busy to sit and write books. Maybe I can just share this on YouTube and everybody can see it, because it's a video. You can see it, what I'm doing. I can explain. In the beginning, I was shy to explain. I didn't want to talk, but I feel like when I explain, you can guys understand more and see where I'm turning, what I'm doing, and it's better connection between all of us. Thank you guys for watching me. Thank you for sharing my videos to another people. I hope you will share because I really appreciate that. And I will see you next Tuesday with another awesome video. Thank you guys. See you in a week. Thank you.